What had happened is, at some point, you know what I say to you about getting hot and sweaty?
Yeah.
At some point, we unzipped each other. And
while you're in the water.
No, this is like another stage. I think it might be earlier on at some point. We unzipped each other.
I've been alone with you inside my
obviously with the obsession, we won't publicly put it out there.
Welcome back to the Benchwarmers!
Welcome back.
Back at it
I said I wasn't going to do
boys.
that.
Wow.
I said I wasn't going to do that.
That's a New
Sorry.
Year's resolution broken.
Sorry.
Oh, damn, that was quick.
Let's rewind it. Let's rewind it.
Rewind.
You did it.
Alright, I'm going to start this off today, boys. I'm going to share we're all in work environments, right?
Yeah.
We all work in offices.
Yeah.
And we've all either had great experiences, we've had not so great
Fantastic employers.
Yeah. So,
Not all of them.
you know, have you ever heard the saying, don't shoot the messenger?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the messenger always gets shot. And I got shot.
Well, it's like in the movie 300, what happened to the messenger?
I used that the other day.
Sparta!
Yeah.
God.
So I got shot. So the premise is, people weren't happy. There were certain things going on in the organisation and they weren't happy about it.
Disgruntled employees.
Disgruntled employees. So I was that guy. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to go voice it. I'm going to go to head honcho. I'm going to say, look, the staff are disgruntled. These are our issues. Can we please come to some sort of resolution?
So as somebody who's been in management, and senior management at that, who looks at it from a holistic level.
Yep.
So what I'm seeing here, just to call it out as a preface,
Is rebellion.
There's a bit of a rebellion going out about some business changes, and you have been nominated as the sacrificial lamb.
Basically.
Yeah.
But I never knew it was the sacrificial lamb.
Question. Union. Did you get the union involved?
No.
Right. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
This was a company,
fighting
right?
it on its own.
This was a company that was set up. Let's say it was just an average person who said, I'm going to set up this kind of company, and it kind of went well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a corporate firm. It was just like a person.
Small, medium business.
Yeah, a small to medium business.
Yeah.
There was a
SMB,
a decent number of employees.
Yeah.
Well, like I'd say probably like about 100 plus. But in our department, there were 3 teams.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. 30 to 40 people, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In that particular department. And that was like one of many. So I'm like going to I go to my manager. I said, look, I need to have a meeting with the CEO. Me and the CEO, we got on.
Best buds.
We weren't best buds, but we got on.
Hi, bye.
Yeah. It was more than actually hi bye. She was actually quite friendly with me.
Oh.
Like,
Want to get friendly with
okay.
her?
I don't want to say anything, but there was like certain shit. Should we say abusive power?
There we go. Typical lad now. Right.
There was an abusive power, and it wasn't me abusing it. I was made to do things.
Oh, wow.
I was told I'd lose my job.
Oh, wow.
Anywho,
You're joking about that?
You're joking about that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Of course, yeah.
Talk about it.
If you were joking, then what's the name? What's the job?
Yeah. So then I thought, because we've got a great relationship, I can go and have this conversation.
Yeah. You can approach it. You're on that level with it. Yeah.
So I was like, yo, Sam, he's the crack. Her name, by the way, isn't Sam, just saying.
Yeah.
So he's the crack. We've got some issues going on. Yeah. Certain managers are treating staff a certain way, and we need this issue to be resolved, kind of thing. Blah, 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 blah. Can we come to some sort of resolution? She was pissed.
At you?
Yeah.
What did she got? She got mental.
She said, you were the last person I'd expect to be sitting in this office telling me this stuff.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
So she didn't even say, right.
last
So she didn't even say, right, Amelius, thanks for bringing it to our attention. We'll have a look at it. I'll get back to you.
No.
The first thing she said was, you were the last person I expected.
She goes, you were the last person I expected to be sat in this office having this conversation with me. we'll pick this up later. And that was it. Meeting adjourned. And a couple of days later, I get pulled into an office. My manager pulls me in. Emilius, I've got some bad news.
We'll let you go.
No, I can't do that.
Like, what's the bad news?
You can under redundancies.
We're gonna have to let you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, you can't get away with that.
There's no union. There's no union, right? So she goes.
And also, back then, when you would have worked at this place, I think it was a very different space. Less red tape.
Yeah. It wasn't as corporate as...
But like employment tribunals
even I worked
and all that.
Yeah, no, there's small bit firms, and especially when you're younger, you're naive to employment tribunals.
How old were you?
I must have been about 21, 22.
Right, okay, yeah, very young. Yeah.
That sort of age. So then manager goes, right, we found some discrepancies in your work.
Oh.
And because of these, we're going to have to let you go.
Oh, wow.
I go, can I see the examples? She goes, I don't have the examples. I said, so where have these discrepancies come from? She goes, Sam found them. I said, so Sam's found these discrepancies that have appeared from nowhere, and I can't see them, but I'm being fired over them.
Wow.
And she goes,
yeah,
don't shoot the messenger. I'm so sorry.
Was she actually really nice?
Yeah. She goes, I'm just the messenger. So I said, basically, this is just me getting taken out of the business.
So was it fired on the spot, grab your things, off you go?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you know everybody else that was saying this, they carried on working.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what happens when you get the nominated sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
So then I get up and I say, okay, there's no point in me fighting this. I will happily leave. So I got my badge, put it on the desk, went out.
With pride, head held high.
I was looking for Sam. Yeah. To give that one final look.
Bitch wasn't there.
She didn't come into the office that day conveniently.
Wow.
Bastard. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, then I went to the team. I said, look, I'm going.
Don't bother voicing your opinions. It's not a safe
I'm
place.
going. And I'll see you tomorrow. I wasn't allowed to tell them that I'd been fired.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to tell them.
Wow, you can't get away with that shit now. No chance.
Yeah, today is a different time.
Yeah, it's different.
But even then, you could have taken it to an employment tribunal.
Yeah, but
that's the thing, though, isn't it? I have absolutely no idea that I can do this kind of stuff. I'm 21 years old, naive in the working world. Yeah. So that was my craziest ever experience at work.
I work for a big bank. Yeah, and I won't name them.
I remember when you worked for this bank. I completely forgot that you.
I didn't know you ever worked in the bank.
Yeah, I worked for a big bank.
I completely forgot that you worked for.
This is like one of the national banks, one of the big ones.
Yeah.
And when I started working there, basically I'd applied for a sales role, and it was like soft sales. And back then, this was before the regulation changed and stuff. So it was like for credit cards, mortgages, loans.
Oh, like trying to get people to take out loans and stuff like that. Okay.
And so I applied for that job role. Then halfway through training, somebody comes in and says, "Right, guys, I know you all applied for this job, but we're changing the role for a period of time to customer service role."
Right. Okay.
For 6 months. So I'm really sorry, but that's what the need is. And if you don't want to stay, we understand. But if you do, that's fine.
How long into the role? Sorry, you were 6 months into the role.
No. I was like
3 days. 3 days.
Yeah.
Within training.
Within training. Yeah. Somebody came in and said it. So like, look, if it's not for you, no problem. You can leave. We apologise. We'll pay you up until the day, and we'll call it a day. So I decided, you know what? If it's only for 6 months, I can do it for 6 months.
Yeah.
So we went through the training, carried on, and I had a manager called Amber. It's a real name, Amber. I won't say it's her name. And she was dead nice, real nice. Anyway, she ended up leaving. She went on sick, I think, or something happened, and then she wasn't there. And then she wasn't there for a prolonged period of time. So I thought, right, big opportunity here. I'm just going to seize control and be the guy. I want to be the guy. Yeah. So that's what I did. And our GM at that time, he was like, look, Faz, we recognise all this work that you're doing. Really good, really good. Permanent position comes up. Maybe that's one for you.
So were you in like a secondment manager role?
I was just an agent. I was just an agent on the phone.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So
was it like a Christmas period or something like that?
No.
Oh, just random.
This was random. Yeah. So no extra pay, no nothing. I was still an agent, but I was stepping up doing all the team leader stuff. Yeah. Wow. So then the job goes live. I applied for it. Didn't get it. Somebody else got it. And I was like, I don't understand. And then they look, Faz. We really do appreciate the work that you've been doing. It's just that this person had a bit more experience, this, that, and the other. But we're giving you a pay rise. Oh, I was like, okay.
Oh, so you can revert back to the old role?
Yeah, so I'm still as an agent, but we're going to give you a pay rise. So I was like, brilliant. So and then presented me with the letter. So I opened the letter and I looked at it. And I read it in front of him. Read it, like quickly scan reading to see obviously how much have I got pay rise by. So I went, okay. Thank you. I went back to my desk. I turned the paper around and I wrote my resignation on it. And I went back in and I handed it in back. I said, here's your letter back. You'll find my resignation on the back. Right. And I left then and then.
What made you leave?
The pay rise equated to nearly 50p across the year increase.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No, that's taking the piss. That is fully taking the piss.
Yeah.
Wow. 50p?
Yeah. After all the work that I'd put in, it equated to...
Nah, I feel like that was a joke. Like, no. They're to the piss.
I've got a question for you. How long were you doing this cover role for?
For at least 3 months.
Wow. Okay, so it wasn't just like a small period.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a couple of weeks.
Also, did they not like up your wage to reflect that additional role? No.
Wow. I was just on an agent, and back then, I think a call centre agent at that point was on like 14 grand.
Yeah.
Back in those days.
That's nothing.
It's mad to think like back in like 2012, 10, minimum wage used to be like £7.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it now? 14 or something?
No,
£12.
It's £11 something. It's going up to 12 this year.
Wow. It's going up to 12, yeah.
That's mad. Yeah. See, I've never had experiences like that. I've not had like a sour issue with a company like that. But I have got a story for you, and it's a bit different then. So in this sense, it's just an experience I went through. So this is one of my first jobs. I don't know if you guys can remember. I used to abseil off bridges and stuff like that for a job, for a living. So I used to abseil off bridges, but another part of the business was diving as well. So I never did the diving, but I used to do like work around water.
I think I know this story.
Right. So imagine this was like, I spent probably about 6 months in the office first, getting all the training, accreditations, all that, learning the role, whatnot. And then they're like, all right, listen, we're going to send you out now. Well, I think you might have an understanding, yeah. So, all right, we're going to send you out now. We'll go do some jobs out and about. Spread your wings a little bit. So a lot of the work was down south towards London and whatnot. Yeah. But this one, it was in a place called Ely, which is Anglia sides, right? So it's like it's north of London, Cheltenham, I think it is. Chelmsford, near there, in the middle of nowhere. And we had to go and have a look at this bridge, and this bridge was built over a floodplain. So we went out, got there, had a long drive. We thought, you know what? For that day, we'll go and recce it, have a look, see what we need to do, and we'll decide how we're going to tackle it over the next couple of days. We're there for a week. Let's do it. And there's a huge bridge, loads of these different piers. Yeah. And as we got there, we realised, we go, right, okay, well, one of the bridge spans goes over water, like a little weir. And the rest of it is fine. So, no worries. There's some cows in the field. I ignore them. They're no harm. Let's crack on with it tomorrow. Let's go and have an early night. Yeah. So we've head back. Right. And I don't remember the name of the storm, but I remember one name of a different storm called Beast of the East. We'll call it Beast of the East.
I remember the Beast of the East.
It wasn't that, but it was something else. I can't remember what it was. So that night, I remember it absolutely hammered it down. Fully hammered it down. Right. And we woke up in the morning and we're like, what are we going to do? we should be fine. We're young, we're naive. We'll just crack on with the job. Under the pressure, management will be like, we sent you there for a week and you haven't done the job. Crack on with it. Get what you're doing. Not coming back empty-handed. So we drove to the bridge. We got there. We looked and we're like, freaking hell, it's flooded. Wow. The whole floodplain is flooded. So imagine you got these like meter marks. And when we were there the day before, it was 0. By the time we got there, it was like 3 meters in places.
Wow.
And we're thinking, shit, what are we going to do? And one of the lads I was with, JJ, we'll call him. JJ's like, don't be such a little wimp. Put on the wetsuit, sorry. Which one is it? Wetsuit. Put the wetsuit on. Let's crack on with it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I don't want to get... He goes, listen, let's just do it, smash it out, grab our lunch, take it with us, because we've got to walk a mile to it.
To get to it.
Yeah. And then, we'll have our lunch there and then crack back. So, all right, sound. By the way, we need to take the ladders with us as well. So, all right, sound, no worries.
Yeah, you've got to carry those ladders.
Carry those ladders for a mile with our lunch tied to our wrists and in our wetsuits.
Proper
with all the work stuff as well, right? Yeah. So we're walking down, and bearing in mind, I hadn't done site work before. I was fucked. Before I even got to the bridge, I was fucked. I was gone. I was shattered, And my arms are aching and everything from carrying the ladders. And he's like, listen, let's just do it, man. Just come on. He was really good supportive. But as we got closer, we realised we had to swim across the weir. But at this point, obviously the water's risen. So he's like, let's just jump in the water and swim with the ladders and our lunch, and you'll float because you're in a wetsuit. But whatever you do, don't put your legs up, because all the oxygen will run to the legs, and then you'll go head first, and you'll drown, basically. It's like, shit, are we supposed to be doing this? He goes, no, we're not supposed to be doing it. Well, let's just do it. Oh, shit.
Stupid.
So stupid of us to do it. I thought, you know what? I can't back out now because
I don't want to be
I don't want to be the one that looks at the
you got bead pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, let's just do it. So jumped in the water, just about getting across, got to the other side. Let's do it. But as I'm in the water, I'm looking, and there's just like something floating past me, and I'm thinking, what the hell is that? And I looked at it. It was like a dead falcon.
No, if you said a shark, honestly, I was going to take this mic.
It's not going to be a shark.
I was going to leave.
But imagine, it's a dead falcon. So I'm thinking to myself, shit, I'm in this water with this dead bloody bird. I'm going to end up dying or something like that. He goes, nah, don't worry. You'll be fine. We'll get the wipes and we'll wipe our hands.
Why the hell would you think you're dying?
No, because it's in the water. I'm thinking the water's contaminated, not knowing that the bloody whole field is full of water. So it's not going to be that bad.
Okay.
So we're cracking on with the job. And, I'm getting tired, sweating, whatnot. And I was like, listen, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I'm too hot. I'm too sweaty. I need to breathe. And he's like, well, what we'll do is we'll go and dry a bit. When it stopped raining at this point, because we'll stand on the dry part, we'll open up the wetsuits and air off a little bit. And then not too long, because don't want to get cold. Hypothermia. Yeah, sound, no worries. It was unzip me. Yeah, oh yeah, sound. JJ unzipped. Comes back to me. At the bottom unzipped him.
You got to check with that sometimes.
He's come up to me and he's unzipped me, and I'm like, ready to take it off. And he goes straight back up again. I'm like, JJ, what are you doing? He's like, mate, just ignore me, carry on. And I was like, why? He goes, just carry on. I'm like, something feels a bit weird. I go, JJ, I feel a bit itchy. And he goes, no, you're fine, don't worry about it. It's just you're all right. I go, what? Something's not right. I go, JJ, this is a bit sus now.
It sounds like leeches or something.
I go, I feel like, this is what I was going in my head. I'm thinking, oh shit, have I got a leech or something inside?
Because that's why, the water and stuff. Yeah.
And he goes, I go, can you have a look? And he's like, mate, it's better that I don't tell you, and you just carry on with the rest of the day. I go, what the freaking hell is this? I go, but I'm itching, I don't feel good. I don't feel right. He goes, I'm going to tell you, but don't freak out. I go, what is it?
Eel?
Oh, God.
What do you reckon it is? An eel?
It can't be an eel, but it'll be like something like a fucking...
Imagine I've been in the working and whatnot.
Yeah.
And for about half an hour, I've had a spider's nest trapped inside my wetsuit. So I'm thinking, I was like, oh my God, I freaked out. I weren't, particularly fond of spiders.
Yeah.
Check this out, yeah. I go, listen, JJ, get this shit off me. Like I'm not doing this, do that. He goes, mate, there's nothing you could do. Like, they're everywhere. I can't do anything. Oh. I go, well, there must be a resolution here. No, fuck this, I can't do this. He goes, look, let's just jump in the water and then zip yourself back up and then just shake yourself about and it'll drown them, basically. Yeah. Right? I was like, what the frick hell? So got in the water a little bit, did this, zipped it up, shaking it about, this and that, and I feel a little bit better. Right? Yeah. And he goes, listen, let's just crack on with the work and then we'll deal with it when we get back to the van. So quickly finished. I'm there still thinking, like, in the back of my head, I can still feel something crawling around me. Yeah. But he's like, no, it's all in your imagination because you know it's there, but they're dead now because you've been in the water.
You drowned him.
You feel a tingling in your bum.
So I'm still like, this is the thing. I'd watered down.
Looking for protection.
But I had water up to my calves. So I'm splashing around everywhere. I'm starting to feel cold now. And I was like, listen, let's just call it a day. Get back to the van. As I've undressed, I've pulled down the wetsuit. Out comes all these little spiders running around. It was legit like a scene from a movie. Spiders crawling everywhere, all over me. I'm freaking out. Oh my God, what the hell's going on? This night. At this point, it starts pissing it down.
Perfect timing.
And it's perfect timing, but it's cold. The wind is out. He's like, listen, let's just get to the hotel because I don't need to get hypothermia. So just take your suit off, chuck it in the back of the van. Let's get back.
Do you know how long it takes for hypothermia to set in?
Cold and rain, isn't it?
So how long?
3 minutes.
Very quickly.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah, very quickly. Not 3 minutes. Very quickly. Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah. So imagine I go back to the hotel and I've legged it into the room. I've jumped in the shower and I am literally washing every crevice. And there's just little bastard spiders dropping everywhere.
Oh, God.
And I imagine looking in the mirror and there's like spider crawling here and shit. It was horrible. And I said to him, I go, never again. I'm not fucking doing that again. No chance.
How? I don't understand. How the hell did a spider's nest end up in your suit?
So
inside the suit?
What had happened is, at some point, what I was saying to you about getting hot and sweaty?
Yeah.
At some point, we unzipped each other. And
while you're in the water?
No, this is like another stage. I think it might be earlier on at some point. We unzipped each other.
I've been alone with you inside my mind.
Obviously, with the obsession, we won't probably put it out there.
You guys are wrong. But it would have happened at some point because it was so windy. It must have blown off a nearby tree or something and landed in the suit.
Damn.
But I didn't know about it. He didn't know about it.
Okay.
And then, obviously, like, when we come to find out what it was fucking traumatic. But there's a silver lining to the story.
Okay.
After that, my fear of spiders, gone.
Well,
to be fair, that's what they say, isn't it? With your phobia, to get rid of your phobia,
you got to face it.
Face your fear.
Once you do that, you feel.
And so imagine for a couple of hours, maybe I think it was, I was working with spiders crawling all over me. They didn't come up to here because obviously your wetsuit's all
it's tied up.
So I'm just thinking they're causing us some havoc down there. I was shitting spiders' eggs for fucking weeks. But that was like. Yeah, that's the most traumatic experience I can think of.
To be fair play, because I would not have been able to deal with that.
Yeah. It's one of those. I've still got pictures of, not of it, but of that day.
Damn.
So you can see at the beginning, I'm like, all geared up, all smiling. And by the end of it, I'm just like, fucking bastard, I'm not doing this again. Never doing this again. But many other stories.
That's a mad story. That's a mad story.
I've had other stories of, like injuries and whatnot.
Well, Zed is just one of them kind of guys, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it's shit. You Gucci.
A bit of daredevil.
I guess, why okay.
What?
Well, there you go. There's some. That's. I don't think we can top that story, Amelia.
I don't think I can top that story.
That's a man. I wouldn't be able to do that. But look, if you guys have,
they should kill it.
Look, if you guys have had crazy work experience or you worked in jobs that you've thought you don't like, shit, let us know.
Drop
we might
us
read
some
some of them out next time. So if you've got
Or
any
if you
funny
have
stories,
any
let us
issues
know.
with your boss, give us their number. We'll have a call. We'll have a chat with
we'll
them.
call your boss.
And all I will say is, don't be the messenger, because you're only going to get shot. You sacrificial lamb. Fuck you, Sam. Bastard bitch. Yeah, no jokes.
Sign us off.
And on that bombshell, fuck it. And on that bombshell, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe.
See you later, peeps.